SAR and just move your stop loss up, etc., and use that as a take profit overall, and then just kind of, you know, let your hair down, live a little. Chainlink USD, we're at the 40 price point. Now, the 40 price point is obviously lower than our previous high, and is naturally enough then when we look at this and see that we've come in here with the RSI not being really, you know, enough strength movement up the way here to achieve a movement past our previous high without a degree of divergence. Now, this is not that massively complex. What we're looking at here in terms of when you talk about RSI, etc., and how there would have been that divergence is the result of the calculations between the recent highs and the lows and where we've moved up to since. It's always going to look like that until we take out our previous high, right? There's not enough of the price movements possibility here for the maths to work out, the mathematics, the math to work out so that it wouldn't look like that, right? So what we are still targeting on this one is $53. Yes, we're at $40. This is, of course, the potential for us to get a pullback here on this one. But what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this move, this suggested move, the way that it worked out, the move up towards it, the trading within the range here on this one, the $29 to the $37 move, you know, the movement up then towards $42, all worked out perfectly. If you wanted to get your next best entry, I mean, 35, I pray for you. That would be nice for you to get that. I'd be hoping that you can, because of course that's where I start to kind of think about whether or not I'd be managing my risk. It'd be even better if you could get in at about 32, you know, then that would be nice for you. That would actually be nice for you, you know, because of course at that point I would, you know, be happy enough to sort of sell out my position, whatever I had left over in profit to you, to kind of send you on your way, and then I'll join you in the party again whenever we got past critical price points at that stage, most likely. Although I'm a little bit reticent to say that, a little bit, because I'm not trading down towards $32 from $40. You know, I'm not taking that 20% and losing that 20% to the ether. No thanks. So that's kind of a bit spurious. That wouldn't actually happen. But anyway, looking here at $55.65, saying that is our next target, right? Can we get there right away? Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this pullback coming in without us having had any divergence, and no hidden divergence either. So what I'm looking at is saying that I wouldn't be surprised to see us getting a pullback, you know, somewhere between the stochastics getting up as high as 94 and where they are now at 88 on this one. So we can just kind of go along here nicely now. If we just want to jump up straight away up to that zone, that's totally fine. But then I would then expect again to have a retrace back down towards 43, etc., and giving you another opportunity to get a second bite of the cherry. But what is this overall? What is this? Well, this is massively high, all-time highs, etc. This zone overall is not really forming part of a pattern, etc. It's just showing you the overall upward price movements. If we do push down past that 35 zone, what I really want to say to you is that we could go down towards 26. But, you know, I'm looking towards the top side still on this one, and where could it go? And you can see there's a million different examples of a million different ways of working this out, but let's just give ourselves the sort of the easiest way of doing it just now, and saying that we could be looking up towards, well, lo and behold, my profit taking target of $55 on that one. So how about that? Then Tezos here for us, Tezos is we had that wedge. We spoke about it, everybody knew, we came down the way, got the full measured move and then some, because we went all the way as far as the 618 golden pocket, came back up the way, gave us 1, 2, this is 24-hour time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, depending on how you want to look at it, bites of the cherry to get in on this move. Subsequently to that, we've then had 1, 2 extra opportunities to get in at around about 544, and then we have, of course, gone on up to 579, and we're in line to be coming in for our profit taking targets anywhere in between sort of $6 and $6.30 as it happens. There's 5% up for debate there with regards to that one, but where have we come from so far? There's the 236, and we came down as far as the 618. Who wants to take part in the whole maths game here? Who wants to take part in it? This is what this does to you, by the way, when I point this out to you, is it makes a chart go from something like this, which to the new trader is illegible, and it's just like, I don't know what to look for. What is the relationship? What is the relationship? You know, and it's overwhelming. They can't process it quick enough because they don't have the mental constructs for it, right? To then you use a few lines like this, and you kind of get to understand, and you look at the relationship between certain numbers and where the markets so often move between, and you start to think, holy gosh, maybe there is a system in here. Maybe there's something that we could all learn from. And you drag this down the way, and you see that we come up as high as the 50% point, this general zone in here where we had a profit taking line coming up towards the 618. That's why that's in there around about this zone. We're aware of, you know, this is that we're aware of this area, but then having then come up as high as this, so far. Then looking down towards our previous areas where the wicks were pushing down past and our bodies didn't close, that's the 236. So like body closing below that area, you can see clearly then we'd have a chance of pushing us down towards one of our next targets, and that lines up here with the 618, which happens to line up with the 50% Fibonacci retracement from the bigger Fibonacci area. Right now, this isn't like Fibonacci is going to lead the way for you for trading all this sort of stuff. There's a million ways of coming to that conclusion. Let me just pop on the moving averages, for example, and show you. This is the 24-hour time frame. If I pop down towards the 4-hour time frame, oh, actually, you know what? This is coming with a surprise for me. Not a surprise, because I could have just looked at it and seen it so easily. But we've taken out the 200 simple here on this one, and it's really lovely to see. And the 50 simple, like, striding towards the top side so nicely there. That's great to see. I should have actually popped on, if I'd wanted to talk about those support and resistance areas. Something like the Ichimoku cloud would have been much better for it, showing it lining up here, you know, with those regions, etc. But but looking at this one, this undoing of the death cross, like we speculated about, could we get that to happen? And we're up here doing it now above that 200 simple moving average. So where can we look to? Well, if we do actually manage to take out those targets, then of course we're looking towards that 618. That's that zone we already spoke about. We're actually looking up higher than that though. We're looking up higher than that. Let's just reiterate yet again where the macro trend, if we do see things push on, could take us, and that's 992 there at that 1618. So maybe have a horizontal line in there so I don't have to keep kind of reformulating that. So and that makes sense, you know, if we see the markets really properly take off with things falling along with Ethereum, if Ethereum leads the way with regards to the altcoin markets over the next wee while. So I've done everything that I kind of really wanted to do here overall. By the way, nice to see you, Phil. There's a whole section in there where I'm looking through a whole host of altcoins, coming up with targets for them, where the next targets would be, and decent entry areas for, like, a whole section. I talk for like 10 minutes where I go through like I don't know, several different altcoins, starting at 1 inch and making my way down as far as like the C or D. I got that DOT, I did Doge, I did E-Gold, I got quite a few of them done, and then I've done even more. So in this episode